Hi, welcome to the channel. This is the first video for this year of 2022. So wish you a very happy new year, a very prosperous new year, very joyous new year. May all your dreams come true this year. My name is Kubeir. I am an ICCRC now, CICC immigration consultant, and this channel is all about news, Canadian immigration news, updates, processes, things you should do, things you definitely should not with regards to your Canadian immigration application. Well, today's video is about the reset of the quota for the home support worker pilot and for the home child care pilot programs. These quotas are reset every year on the 1st of January. Mind you, they have a limited quota. So if you are one of the aspirants who are looking to apply under this particular stream, then you should be rushing to make sure that you submit your application. Yes, they only process 5,500 applications each year under the caregiver pilots. This is where the two streams come separate. 2,750 applications for the home child care provider pilot and 2,750 applications for the home support worker pilot. And these caps for the pilots are reset on the 1st of January, which is today. And this was reset at 12 a.m. So we are already a few hours late on this. Well, to give you a bit of a brief update on this application, first of all, yes, this is an employer-driven application. Two different streams. Home child care worker comes under NOC 4411. Home support worker comes under NOC 4412. As I said, two different streams. In both of these streams, you will need a job offer if you do not have Canadian work experience of at least 2 years in this particular NOC inside Canada. So if you do not have those 2 years of work experience in Canada on a legal status as a worker in these NOC codes, then you obviously need a job offer. The good thing is you do not need an LMIA for this. So there is no requirement for an LMIA. As long as you can find an employer who is willing to offer you a job in any of these two categories, NOC code 4411, NOC code 4412, then you will be able to apply under this stream. The fact that you do not have the Canadian work experience then makes it a two-step process whereby if you are found eligible, if you're found qualified, then first you will be given a work permit to come and work in Canada. Once you have completed your qualifying period of work, which is 2 years in Canada, you will then be able to apply for your permanent residence. As I said, you do not need an LMIA for this. This is an open work permit, but it is closed with the occupation, which basically means that you may be able to work with different employers if you wish, but the employment is restricted with the occupation. So this is an occupation restricted employment work permit, whereby you will only be able to work under this specified occupation, which is either 4411 or 4412. But you can definitely work for different employers. The requirements for the job offer are that they should be made by one employer. The employer cannot be the Canadian embassy. This employment has to be for full time. It has to be outside of Quebec. It has to be non-seasonal. It obviously has to be either for the home support worker or home child care and these NOC codes. And you should be able to establish a genuine employer-employee relationship. Now, one of the very common questions that comes up in this particular stream is that can your relative give you this job offer? So if you have a sister or a brother or an uncle or an aunt or any relative, any friend, and can they make you this job offer? Well, the answer to that is yes. And let me show you where it says that. Well, here it is. A job offer from a relative has been identified as one of the subjects which is covered. Don't worry about the link. The link is in the description. It says all circumstances of the application must be reviewed to support an assessment of eligibility and genuineness of the job offer and the employer-employee relationship. The same level of scrutiny applies if the employer is a relative as it does for any other job. Well, what it means is that yes, you can get a job offer from your relative, from your friend, from your brother, from your sister. That's not a problem, as long as you're able to prove that there is a genuine requirement for your employment, that there is a genuine employer-employee relationship, that there is a genuine need for you to be able to work in that particular job. Of course, as part of your application, you will also need to prove that you can indeed perform that job and that there is actually a requirement for this position with your employer. So there you have it. This is one program a lot of people have been looking forward to, because as I said, the quotas reset on the 1st of January. There are only 5,500 application slots in the year, and a lot of people have been eagerly waiting for this program. Mind you, there is a bit of a caveat there. This application processing timings can become very, very long. At this point of time, I understand it can take up to 3 years to get your application to be approved, but it is still a silver lining on the dark cloud out there. For a lot of you, this could be an opportunity for you to be able to apply. Let's go through the process as stated on the website. If you don't have any qualifying work experience, and by this qualifying work experience, they mean the 2-year work experience in the specific NOC in Canada. So if you don't have the Canadian work experience, you can still apply for the permanent residence. As I explained earlier, it's a 2-step application process. You will be submitting your work permit application together with your permanent residence application. If you will meet the requirements and you are found to be eligible and qualified, you will get a work permit to work in Canada temporarily. The work permit you get is an occupation restricted work permit, as I explained, and lets you work as a caregiver for any employer. You should basically get 24 months of qualifying work experience using this work permit. And once you have completed your period of work, and you can basically then provide the immigration department with the proof of your work experience being completed inside Canada, they will then continue with your application for permanent residence. The good thing is that your family members are also eligible to come with you to Canada. So you can include your spouse, your children as part of your application. Your spouse will be able to get an open work permit. Other criteria basically is your language test. You will need to prove your language skills in English or French. You will need to meet the requirement of CLB5 in all 4 abilities, and that is going to be really important. So you must make sure that you will meet CLB5 in the language test. For your education, you will need to get an ECA if your education is not from in Canada, and you will need at least 1 year post-secondary education credential or higher in order to be eligible to apply with this process. If you have any background in terms of education related to the kind of the job you will be doing, that will certainly help, and you most definitely will need to prove that you can indeed perform the job that you are applying for. And of course, your employer will need to prove that there is a genuine requirement for this position in the employment. Well, that's all from me for today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Do share the video if you think this could be of help to some of your friends or relatives who are out there probably seeking for the same information. Do hit the like button if you think this video was of any value to you. Stay safe, take care, and I shall see you next time.